Hello and welcome to another sketchbook session. So I've had my sketchbook out, either this sketchbook or another sketchbook every day for the last week and done something in it. Sometimes I've liked it, sometimes I've not. This one I do like, I filmed and I've got a time-lapse version of that coming up for you. And then other ones were experiments that I didn't really like very much. But never mind. That's kind of the point, is that you do things that you like, some things that you don't like, and the point is not to kind of create a beautiful piece of artwork every time. If you never experiment, if you never try anything new, you never really learn anything. So I've learned some things from the ones I didn't like, but I'm not going to be sharing them as videos or I do a lot of work like that. I do a lot of kind of tries of things, and then the ones that I like end up making into videos or sharing online. But there's lots of things that I don't like, particularly or I don't think are successful or interesting in any way, that don't make it. So I've got a few things to test today. I've got a new brush. So this one is a one-stroke brush. It's 1/4 inch. I've got one exactly the same. It's just a little bit smaller. This one's just a bit bigger. I thought it'd be useful for a painting I'm going to do. And the other thing is I'm going to do a series of big paintings that I'm working on, kind of like a whole sheet of watercolour paper, and I want to kind of create them as kind of big artworks. And I want to do them with a limited palette. Now this doesn't look like a limited palette because it's got lots of colours on it, but they're all very similar. And I wanted to test out my little selection of colours here, so I'm going to do some painting in my sketchbook just to test these colours out and to test the brush out as well. And I think what I'm going to do, these are still wet because I've just squeezed them out onto this plate, is just add a little bit of water and then try and get some nice straight lines. So I'm going to start at the top and just paint until the paint runs out. It's running out there, so let's take that and change it and pick a random other colour. And I don't want these to be terribly strong colours. That one's going a lot further. Now can I make that go on to the next line? Just about. So yes, I want to add a fair bit of water into these and kind of keep them fairly muted on the page. That green's going quite a long way. And it could probably carry on, but I'll leave it there and then change my colour, go for another one. And you can see I'm kind of going fairly randomly around the page. I've kind of gone from this buff titanium through greens, turquoises, blues and black. And a lot of these colours are very similar. But there are differences between them that I like as well. Oh. So that one was, I think that was Lunar Blue, and this one is Payne's Grey. And you can see they're very similar tones, but the Lunar Blue's got granulation in it and the Payne's Grey has a lot more pigment in it, so they can do different things. And then this is Indigo. Which is always a nice powerful colour, especially when it's wet from the tube. And I can see some of the texture of the paper in there. Now normally I try and get rid of all the paper texture, but I think I quite like it in this context. This colour is Davies Grey. It does a very similar thing to Buff Titanium in that it's got a kind of chalky, creamy sort of, well, earthiness to it. But it is more on that sort of greeny grey side. And this is the last one. So this is Hematite Genuine, which I use to kind of mix in with lots of other colours because it's got lots of like kind of little black bits in it. And when you mix it with other colours, it looks like stone. So you can make other colours look like kind of stony colours. And then this one is Mayan Blue. Let's see how far we can get that. Okay, colour's running out a little bit there. Right, I've got to keep going and fill the page now. So far I'm quite liking the way the brush works. Quite liking my selection of colours. It's going to be quite a subtle page. Let's go for some more indigo and we'll get a bigger hit of colour here. So my goal for this series of paintings that I'm working on, the big ones, is to look at kind of repetitive mark making and art as a process of making in order to create kind of spaces of calm and kind of a visual experience of serenity and calmness through repeating elements, repeating movements, and using a really soft palette of colours. So doing some little experiments like this here just helps me see before I embark on a huge piece that's a whole page, which colours I'm instinctively drawn to. Is there anything missing? Have I got too many things the same? Is it going to be too busy? I do wonder whether I might be missing like a stronger turquoise. I do have some phthalo turquoise here. I could just try adding a little bit of that in here. See what that does to the rest of the colours. definitely stands out. It kind of creates a hit of that colour, but is it too much? If my aim is to create calm, soft, fluid spaces, does a kind of a really bright colour kind of create a jarring line aspect to it? I don't even know where that one finished. Somewhere around here, I think. The other thing I'm wondering whether it might be missing is a stronger green. So let's try just a stripe of an extra green in here. And I think I like that better than the turquoise. So maybe that's what it needs as well. I definitely think this green sits better with the rest of the colours. So there we go, I've created a little page of stripes. I like where the stripes kind of colour bleed into the next layer because I didn't really leave a gap between them or any time for them to dry. I quite like the soft palette of colours. I think that it's helped me to decide which colours I'm going to use in my bigger painting. And it's another simple sketchbook brush exercise that you can try. Paint along with me if you'd like to. So thanks for watching today, and I should be back with another video later this week, and I hope to see you then. Okay, thanks, bye-bye.